If others can do it, you can do it. And you know that. So we'll get started just in a minute. Less than a minute. I'm going to say a shout out to my inner circle members and also my super chatters. So, hey, Bill. Hi, James, Arthur. Great to have you on here. Vernay, Jamie, Jerome. Hey, Kai. Hi, John. Great to have you guys on here. Hi, Mary. Um, yeah, it was amazing. Hi, Melody. Love you, love you, love you, love you. And let me see here. Peter, my bot didn't connect. Retrying. All right, here we get going. All right. Look at there, huh? Hello, everybody. This is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. And today's topic, if others can do it, you can do it. And you know you can. And so what's really unique about people is that I personally, I don't know about you, but when I see other people doing things, human doings, you know what I mean? A wonderful becoming. People inspire me. They just inspire me when I see someone sing to a way that makes me emotional or a good actor, I love sports. The reason that I love sports is I'm watching live time of someone being the best individual they can be. And a lot of people, when you look at things, there's some kind of people out there in the world that I know consistently say, being a lawyer, being a doctor, being a brain or a heart surgeon for infants. There's a lot of people that I know that just have, unbelievable, and some people would even say God-given talent. But bottom line, there's things out there that others do that everyone knows they can do, and you just don't do it. My best analogy of this is learning a second language. When you really see people, and this has happened to me my whole life because I travel all over the world, but there's nothing more that impresses me than being with an individual that not only knows their foreign language, but also knows another language. And so in the United States, before I traveled anywhere, if I went to an Italian restaurant or a Japanese restaurant or even a Spanish restaurant, and I was with a person that I knew was born and raised here in America. And all of a sudden, the waiter or hostess or whoever comes over and starts talking, and the other person immediately starts talking in their language. And you see the person's, wow, but they're going back and forth. And I always say this to everybody, let's say that there was something in it for you. So imagine if I gave you a challenge. I just said a challenge that if you could learn a new language in 6 months, enough to have a conversation with somebody else, I'd give you $1 million. And see, there will be three groups of people on this, and there's always these three groups of people. One group of people don't even know that I made the challenge. So they don't know that they don't know. It's always that group of people that are just not in the know. I haven't heard that phrase, you're in the know, you're in the know. And then there's another group of people that go, man, he's got the money to do that. I just don't think he'll do it. I don't believe that he would do it. Whatever reasons, but whatever reasons you use or excuse-itis or, I'm not that sharp or I'm not that good, you basically rob yourself from an opportunity because you already mentally got the voices, in your head, the dinos, rah, 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 rah. It's like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And we always come up with excuses and reasons why instead of the reasons why we should. So we always come up with reasons why we shouldn't or why we can't. It's just that no one ever focuses on the reasons that we can. So, you guys have, of course, the third group of people are people like, you're on. Now, even though there's people that say you're on, you know what I mean? I'm taking your challenge. It's like they still will find excuses not to do what they're supposed to. They'll make I don't know what to do first. I don't know, but what's the best, how would it? It's simple. A, you make a decision. Two, you make a commitment. And three, you find somebody else that's really good at teaching other people how to learn that other language. Now, here's the fourth one. Here's the fourth one, right? Because the third one, there could be apps, or could be, all kinds of things online that don't cost very much money. Maybe some of you can get some personal tutoring, go to Fiverr. There's probably people out there that teach different languages. And I really wanted to, I love sharing this because it's, Laszlo Kuhn. He's Laszlo Kuhn. He's one of the first 250s in Europe, right? 250Ks with my MDC. And I got on a Zoom with him yesterday to teach people about the Gold Bot, the new thing that Akashic has. And it was mind boggling. Maybe that's been a couple of days ago. It was on Sunday. And so anyway, when he first came on, he spoke to me in English. He's like, "Hey, Robert, I really appreciate you doing this. I'm really excited about offering this Goal Bot." And he's like, I'm going, my eyes just got big, and he got a big smile on his face. And I said, "Laszlo, your English is flipping awesome." And he goes, "Thank you." He said, "I made a commitment, and I'm going to school. I twice a week I go and learn." And I'm going like, man, that's just so impressive to me. So every one of you that are watching this live or recorded, you do know that you could make a commitment, then find, a tutor or an app that you would do. And here's the third one. It sort of has to do with two things. One is you got to believe that you can do it. You got to believe that you can do it. But even though you believe that you can do it, you still got to put in the time. And you got to put in the time and the effort with a great attitude of believing, wow, do you know what I'm going to be able to do when I do this? You know what I'm going to be able to do when I do this? And that's what people are missing. See, they won't put in the time and the effort in a consistent manner to get good and better or gooder at anything. They just won't. So that's why we have to search through so many people. Now, when we talk about other things like sports or singing or acting, man, there takes a lot of other aspects that you have to be good at. Now, I could want to believe that I could be a figure skater, but that's not going to happen, right? Now, of course, I guess if a person wanted to be the oldest male figure skater, but I could probably do it. I'm just not going to get really any accolades at it. See, when you're dealing with anything with physical ability, you always hear about people in their prime, right? They do this with all kinds of fighting and everything and athletic. It's like you got to be in your prime. Your body's got to be able to handle it. But when I'm in my industry, what I'm in, is all I got to do is learn to be a human being that cares for other people and reach out to people that I don't know, or help other people reach out to people that they don't know. And very simple, share with them some perspectives and philosophies of things that I was taught to turn my life around. Now, I wasn't comfortable in doing that. I didn't like doing that at the beginning. I wasn't comfortable. But what I did is I learned the language of being able to connect with strangers and learn the communication skills and giving a gift and building that rapport. You know what I mean? People don't care what you know unless they know that you care. So then I really, really focus on that skill of how quick could I get somebody to know that I really cared. And that's what I knew I needed to get. If it is true, and it is true, that people don't care what you know unless they know that you care, then that's the first thing I got to focus on. All my energy is going to be, how fast can I get this connection? How fast can I do that? Well, guess what? That has nothing to do with my physical ability. It really doesn't have anything to do with how intelligent I am. Because Don't you guys know when we see these videos online and you see the person that has a learning disability, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden, they're the coach of the team. I'm not the coach, but the towel boy for the team. And there's nothing that melts a heart faster because you see those people, they're 1000% love. They're, with that have Down syndrome. They're 1000% love. So their ability to connect is just on a different level. I seen a video one time where this professional basketball player was walking out and everyone was high-fiving and he was high-fiving. And then there was this little girl that was sitting on her father's shoulder and you could see that she had Down syndrome. And she reached out like this, and as soon as the basketball player seen her hand and slapped it, he stopped in his tracks. He turned around and reached up and gave her a hug. Why didn't he give a hug to anybody else? Why didn't anybody else freeze him? Freeze him in his tracks. It was her ability because she doesn't overthink. She doesn't overthink. She immediately just looks at people and they immediately get this feeling. There's a dear friend of mine named Wanda Kay, and her husband just tragically just passed away, and her son is autistic, and he is just amazing. I see Melody on here, super chat. Thank you very much. Melody knows what I'm talking about. And Bill, thank you so much for super chatting. The money, me and Matt were talking. I'm going to do my best to get Angela and Matthew on this week's podcast. Is that tomorrow already? But bottom line, I'm going to get them on here so we can give them a big gift. We've already raised over $1,000 for these children that are orphans and don't have parents. And so it's all this money goes directly there. So going back to who you care, that you care, it's like all these other things that take so much intelligence, like being a lawyer or a doctor or being some kind of engineer or a scientist, but the ability just to learn how to care for another human being usually comes from the source. And some of you probably won't like this, but if you don't like you, if you don't love you, if you don't care about you, you're probably not going to be very good at caring for others or connecting with others. Does that make sense? That was the hardest thing for Robert Hollis, because the hardest thing for me is I didn't like me. I didn't like anything about me, and I got that because of all the abandonment issues that I had and all the abuse and all the trauma that I had as a young person. It was like, listen, it's eat or be eaten. It was all survival. It was all, I'm a victim. You know what I mean? It was all about learned hopelessness, that the world was against me. The world was against me, that I didn't have a shot. I didn't, no one cared. And my mentor seen that. And that's why he said, Robert, man, you got to do the assignment in this book. Go grab this book and read it. Give me a call, and then do the assignment in that book. And that's when all of a sudden, like I talked yesterday, the gratitude and the appreciation, all of a sudden I learned to love Robert Hollis. I learned to care for Robert Hollis. And when I did that, that gave me the ability or the super skill to, even being dyslexic and being told my whole life that I have learning disabilities, that I immediately could go out there and learn to connect with people. And that's when all of a sudden I'm laughing all the time. And all of a sudden I'm happy all the time. And it's like, all of a sudden I got this, right? I can connect with other people. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to get in my business or buy something from me, but most people know that I don't judge them and I don't care if they did or they didn't. It doesn't matter to me. I just want them to know that if I can do it, you can do it. And so when I got in this industry, I want all of you to know that I thought this way my whole entire life. I thought that if somebody else can do it, then they possess the knowledge and the skill to teach me how to do it. And if I put in the time and the effort and the focus that I don't need, see, here's something I think is really crazy about people. I've never, ever, ever felt a need to be better than somebody else. I just feel the need to be better than who I was last month. I feel like I have a need to be better than I was last year, but I don't compare myself with other people. I don't have comparaitis. And so when I started learning from people and all of a sudden, wow, this guy makes 62 grand a month. I didn't look at him and go, I can beat him. I didn't look at him and even say that I could make 62,000. This is what I said to myself is, do I believe that I can be consistent and disciplined enough to pick up 10% of what this guy is doing? Because if I can pick up 10%, and then again, I don't care how long it takes me to learn this talent. It's like making, what would that be? $72,000 a year. It's like, are you kidding me? That was double. That was almost triple what I made before. So I was saying, I can, if I do what he does, and I'm only 10% of what he is, then I can eventually get to 15%, and I can eventually get to 20%. And so I thought, wow, I don't know of a better occupation in the world than helping another human being become better than they are. It's the most fulfilling and joyous thing in the world. And with that comes a little bit of difficulty. So I'm saying to you, whatever it is that someone else is doing out there, don't do it because they're doing it. Figure out what you want to do that would give you joy, and then do the research to find the person that's doing it already. Make a commitment and start learning. So if other people have taught other people how to speak Spanish, and that's what they do, they make a living teaching other people how to speak Spanish, they can teach you how to speak Spanish. But they can't teach you if you're not coachable. They can't teach you if you won't put in the time. They can't teach you if you got a bunch of other ideas other than theirs. That is the biggest killer in this industry, is ego. EGO, edging God out. It's bizarre to me how many people, and I'm saying a majority. So first of all, to find the small minority that want to be better. And then when those people come to me, a majority of those people are like, I'll try out that little thing that you said for about 3 times. Maybe I'll do it 4, but I'm going to try it 3 times in a couple of weeks, and then I'm done. And I'm just going to go through the school of hard knocks. I'm going to learn from my mistakes. I'm going to design my own way of doing this. And yeah. And then they say, well, how long you been in the company? I've been in 6 months. I've been in a year. How's it going? Well, it's not. So how is your way working? See, I'm not that way. If someone else has success, I'm going to learn from them. So I'm telling each and every one of you that I believe in you, and I know that you can do this. And what is this? Let's talk about that. What is this? This is actually helping other people become better. Most people on the planet would love to be better. They would love more free time. They would love to earn more. They would like to experience life for them and their family more than they are now. And all the things that seem to be just out of their reach is because they don't have freedom or money. So that's what I do. I find people that are sick and tired of being sick and tired. They will draw a line as a sand, and they said, I don't want my life to be like this anymore. And I simply give them the tools that my mentors gave me to allow me to have the lifestyle that I have. That's all I do. A majority of them won't read a book. A majority of them won't follow the instructions in the book. The majority of them won't go through free audios. A majority of the people won't do it. But I'm not going to stop looking for the people that will do it, because that's what's made me who I am. That's made the success for me, the accolades, everything is because I will not give up on seeking and finding people that want to surrender, be coachable, follow the certain way, and get the results. So if no one's giving you permission to succeed and be fulfilled and happy in life, let me do that for you because someone did that for me. I believe in you. I love and appreciate you. Please do me a huge personal favor and share this video with everyone. Take care. God bless. We'll see you soon.